Today we're going to be talking about the 7 things that you should do to prepare your home to sell and put it on the market. So as I meet up with sellers that are ready to start selling their home, they have the common question is, so what all do I need to do to my house? So obviously every home is different. But here's seven of the main items that you should consider doing. Definitely get the landscaping cleaned up. Get rid of the weeds. Try to get any of the landscaping lights working. Get the trees trimmed. Get the rocks raked. And just overall make sure that the landscape is manicured and in the best condition possible. That way it has good curb appeal and people can envision themselves in the backyard, having their family events. Another thing that's very critical is power washing. Power wash the house, the garage doors, the entryways, the sidewalks. It just does a lot of stuff it gets a lot of the dust off, the dirt off, it brightens the house up, gets rid of the cobwebs. If there's bird poop or something on the sidewalk, dust, dirt, gum. Just by doing all that, it really just pulls the whole house around to look nice and clean, so that when buyers are especially walking through the front door, because that's where buyers are going to come through, that the front door that you never use is the main door that everybody's going to be coming through to look at buying the house. So we want to make sure that that looks great. Well, you want to finish all of the projects that you just never quite got to. So I have a lot of sellers that have had laminate wood flooring put down, and they had pulled the baseboards off and put the baseboards back on, and that's where they stopped. So caulking in the baseboards and getting them repainted, just finishing up projects like that, going around doing some of the touch-up paint, if there's crown molding that you did. Also just make any repairs. If the garbage disposal is not working, get that working now. And just go around the house and think about things that are not working. And a lot of times, it's very inexpensive to get some of this stuff working. It just takes a few hours of time. And it just makes the whole process go easier because even if it's not a cosmetic thing, it'll help with the home inspection process if there's less things that pop up. Next is declutter and depersonalize. So decluttering. A house can feel really small when it has way too much furniture and way too much stuff in it. So now that you're going to be selling your home, you have to act like it's a product on the market, just like when you go to a store to buy something. So it's really important that you declutter and get big furniture out of small rooms. Remember, if you're making the house look great and pricing it right, you're going to be living like this only for a short period of time to find the right buyer. So it's very important to do this so it doesn't extend the sale time process and get you a less amount of money for your house in the end. Depersonalize. Take down family photos. So as buyers are coming through the house, you want them to be able to envision their life there. And if they see all these wonderful photos of your family, then they can't really envision their life there. So go ahead and put away those photos now in a safe spot and make sure that they're ready for you for your next house. Bright colors. So, bright colors probably had their time and their place, in your house. But now when it's going to go on the market, it's really important to neutralize those colors with browns and grays or even whites, just to make sure that, there's not some overpowering colors running all through the house. So it is okay to have a little bit of color in a couple of the kids' bedrooms, a blue or a pink, but definitely the rest of the house needs to be a very neutral color, just to make the process, again, simpler. And also dark or bright colors can make the rooms feel smaller. So we want to get those rooms opened up to make the house feel big. Deep cleaning. Definitely go through and just make sure that you're, deep cleaning the whole house. Get the baseboards, get the crown molding, get the ceiling fans, get into the shower surrounds and everything, just to make sure and that everything shines. You want people to walk in and go, wow, I want to live here. And also eliminating any bad odors. Definitely very important, whether that's a pet odor or just odor from the carpet, whatever that is. So, maybe you do need to clean the carpets. It depends on the carpet itself. Cleaning the carpets is usually a good idea, but not always necessary if they don't necessarily need the cleaning. But we definitely want to eliminate any odors just to make this process a lot easier so the buyers aren't turned off when they're there. Another thing that's really important that's not necessarily preparing, but you need to plan on not being home when the buyers come to look at your property. You know, obviously working with a lot of buyers and sellers over time, it is not appealing at all to a buyer when a seller is home and they can't take the time to enjoy the home. They feel very uncomfortable. And especially if the seller is talking to them, trying to sell them on how great the house is. The buyer wants to be there. They want to be alone. They want to be able to look at the house and appreciate everything, and the house will tell them everything that they need to know. They don't need an overbearing seller telling them all the great things about their house. Okay, so I hope that that's helpful for you, and let me know if you have any questions.